wonderful lady. Her name is Stephanie Reinhardt. She leads Restored Life, and she's going to have a testimony come as well. Can we put our hands together for her as she comes in?
Thank you. Good morning, y'all. Praise God that church is out this morning. Hallelujah. Standing for the Lord, standing for the things that God wants us to stand for. I gave some cards to some gals at the table, and they're going to hand them out so that everybody's got a card. So while we're sharing, someone is going to put one of these in your hands if you don't already have one. And the reason we want to do that is because we want to talk about God's restoration for those who have experienced abortion. And this could be grandparents who are grieving the loss of grandchildren, and maybe their daughter doesn't even know that she had an abortion. This is for that one who gave a ride to someone, and it's tormented them for 40 years or 30 years, that they gave a ride to their best friend to go have an abortion. There's healing, there's restoration. There are actual Christ-centered Bible-based studies available, not only for men and for women, but also for those that are affected by abortion. Restored Life Ministry exists and serves alongside LoveLife for the sole purpose of helping men and women in churches connect with abortion recovery ministry. Amen? So if anyone you know has experienced abortion, if anyone you know, we would love to connect with you afterwards. You'll have our card, so you can call, text, or email. And we would just be delighted to minister to you and help you connect with someone that's close by to where you live and work, so it's doable for you to get the ministry that you need, because forgiveness happens the moment we ask. Amen? But restoration can be a journey, and we really need to dig into the Lord for that. If you facilitate an abortion recovery study, we'd also love to connect with you, because we'd love to send people to your study that live or work close to where you serve the Lord. I want to introduce Joy Johnson now. Joy, come on up. She's going to share her testimony of God's healing and restoration in her life. Joy ministers to others as a certified Bible counselor through her ministry, Shepherd for the Shattered. Give Joy a warm welcome.
Thank you so much. At age 22, I had an abortion. I was the fifth of 6 children, and my parents raised us as Christians. Crushed at an early age from sexual abuse by relatives and a friend, I felt worthless and looked for validation from others. At the age of 20, I met a young man who seemed to be a good person but wasn't following God. After all I had been through, I was desperate for love and affection. I became promiscuous and was soon pregnant. I was scared to disappoint my parents, and he was adamant about aborting our child because he wanted to finish college and begin his career. A baby just didn't fit in. To please him, I let him take me to have an abortion. There was no concern for me. He just wanted it all over with. Waking up after the abortion, I was crushed all over again. My heart and soul were torn to pieces. I was in shock over what I had allowed. I received no empathy or comfort from anyone, not even my boyfriend. No hug, nothing. I was confused, angry, lonely, felt low down. I couldn't tell anyone. I asked God to forgive me, but I couldn't forgive myself because I felt like that was unforgivable. I had suicidal thoughts and battled depression. Being raised as a Christian and hearing the scriptures from my childhood kept me from committing suicide. By humbling myself, submitting my hurt, guilt and shame, and self-condemnation to God, and through receiving biblical counseling, I can stand here today and say that God has forgiven me, God has delivered me, and God has set me free. God can now use my testimony of his great healing and restoration to help others, as it says in Luke 4:18, that he came to heal the brokenhearted and set the captives free. Please connect with us afterwards by calling or texting or visiting the website of Restored Life. We would love to help you in any way that we can. Thank you for letting me share my story.